to out-of-towners that might not have ever come here before. We could see the spike. We could see people coming and what we're selling in Mobile.
Since its start as the Mobile, Alabama Bowl 14 years ago, Mobile's other bowl game has provided college football fans exciting, record-breaking performances.
Yeah, we've seen high-scoring teams and future NFL players in the bowl game, now called GoDaddy.com Bowl. Jerry Silverstein has been there since the beginning when it was just an idea.
The co-founder and president of the bowl game recently sat down with our Eric Reynolds to talk about the game, its formula for success, and how his business career prepared him for the opportunity. Here's the interview.
We're talking football and talking about the Senior Bowl and how great a city Mobile is. Well, how come Mobile, Alabama can't have a bowl game besides the Senior Bowl? So Mayor Dow had looked at us and he said, I think we need to explore that.
Jerry Silverstein was one of the people talking football. It was early 1999 when he, Mike Gottfried, and others started exploring the possibilities of another bowl game in Mobile. That December, Silverstein became the co-founder and president of Mobile's second bowl game, now known as the GoDaddy.com Bowl. A successful local businessman, Silverstein brought his years of experience to the organization.
I was raised around business. I worked in Friends of the Family's department stores, local down on Dolphin Street. I sold things for the school to win trips. I always aspired to be an entrepreneur. With an uncle of mine that in some real estate and investments, and he gave me an opportunity, and he said, you're going to have to earn it. He was my mentor on that side of it when I got out of college and learned how to scratch and claw and to make a living.
Along with his business expertise, Silverstein also has a love of sports.
I've always been a football fan. I grew up in sports. I was a swimmer locally here and did my collegiate swimming at University of Alabama. I've always been around athletics and always been around sports. There is another side of sports, and that's business. Well, I did not have a football background. I had a business background. How to financially put it together, how to manage it, financial requirements that the NCAA required. I had to negotiate contracts with ESPN, with the city of Mobile, and be considered for certification.
Silverstein, like former Mayor Mike Dow, knew the game would be good for Mobile.
Absolutely. You're able to show off the city to out-of-towners that might not have ever come here before, and what we're selling in Mobile. We were going to be bringing jobs around Christmas time and New Year's to these families that work in the hotel and restaurants that these people are usually laid off during Christmas. The economic impact that people spending money in the city, hotel rooms and restaurants and shopping. And the numbers were very staggering when you start bringing in 15 to 20,000 people for 3-4 days into your city, especially during that time of year.
In the late 1990s, Silverstein says the conferences were looking for additional bowl games and someone to step up to the plate. Mobile did, and initially hosted teams from Conference USA and the Western Athletic Conference.
We know what we are in Mobile, Alabama. We want to be the best that we can be in the type level or the competition. We're not the Sugar Bowl, and we're not the national championship game. So we want to be the best in what we can be. We're able to get exciting teams, and we look for the marquee players and the teams that score a lot of offense.
The 2001 matchup between Marshall and East Carolina broke all bowl game scoring records.
125 points, most points scored in a college football bowl game. This game is known for offense, so offense, as they say, sells tickets. We're able to draw a really good crowd. We either have sellouts or very close to sellouts every year. And we've had future Hall of Famers like LaDainian Tomlinson, Ben Roethlisberger. We've been very fortunate to always have an exciting game. If it's your sponsor, yours.
Despite a successful track record, Silverstein says there are challenges every year.
Having something new that your sponsors enjoy, to make sure your sponsors are getting their benefit, to make sure that they're getting their bang for their buck. We've had some of us been from day one, and we're very grateful for them. This couldn't happen without sponsorship. Number two, keeping it fresh, bringing new teams here. And that brings new out-of-town people, new exposure.
You want action? We've got action, and plenty of it. It's a GoDaddy.com bowl tradition.
The bowl game now has a long-term contract with the Mid-American and Sun Belt conferences. Silverstein believes the 7-year deal is good for Mobile's other bowl game and will help keep it around.
We're always going to have a great team here, and teams that are excited about coming here. This is a reward for them. This is their Rose Bowl, and this is what some of them have said. This is our goal. We want to come to Mobile.
In Mobile, Eric Reynolds, Fox 10 News.
Silverstein says that with the bowl game being on national television the day before the national championship game, it's great exposure for the sponsors and Mobile.
Silverstein also credits his staff and the community programs they put on throughout the year as another reason for the bowl game's success.